today I am running for the presidency of the United States of America.
And welcome back to The Wrap. And in a summer of sequels, we now offer Rick Perry Take Two. That was the former governor of Texas announcing his 2016 run today, making him, counted up, the 10th Republican to jump into the race, probably get to about 16 or so. The big question, can he overcome his infamous 2012 oops moment?
The third agency of government,
Yeah.
I would do away with the education, commerce, and let's see, I can't. The third one I can't, sorry. Oops.
So, panel, do you think Republicans will give Mr. Perry a second chance?
No, but it won't be because of the oops moments. And you know what? I'm so happy right now because all day long I have been asking the question, who are those two guys behind him? And Noah just told me. Tell everybody.
The lone survivor guy.
Yes,
The lone
Marcus
survivor
Luttrell, his
guy.
brother.
I kept going,
Right.
who are those big guys? I thought they were security or something. Well, why are they in the picture?
And Rick, too, off screen, but they showed a cutaway over at one point. The wife of American Sniper Chris Kyle
is she? I
was
see.
there as
Okay.
well.
They're all supporting. Yeah, I think Rick Perry is unfortunately for him, probably yesterday's news. He had a much better chance 4 years ago than he does today. There are just too many people there to steal his thunder now. But again, I mean, I think he's forgiven for the oops moment. Even people like me who aren't big fans
Not so much
appreciate
forgiven.
that it happens.
But you know, the impression that here comes another Texas governor who might not be, you know, the brightest light on the porch, right? And I'm not saying that he isn't, but people automatically thought another Bush.
Excuse me, I'm trying to get an interview with him tomorrow. That did not help.
Don't kill it.
I happen to think, well, let me ask you this, okay? It's kind of a quirky question, but do you think he went with the Rachel Maddow glasses because he's trying to appear smarter? I'm being serious. It's like he's rebranding himself, right? He's a different guy now. He's
He
smarter.
looks good in his
He is
eyes.
I
rebranding
agree.
himself, but he doesn't have to. If anybody deserves a second chance, it's Rick Perry. Is the three-term governor of one of the most successful nations in the state, a border guard that is really, and also the locus of the heart of the GOP. He really does deserve a second chance.
Job creation was
I don't-
impressive under his tenure.
And he does.
Extraordinary.
Even I have to say it. He has the most successful employment record of any governor in the country.
But you're right in that he probably won't, and I think you raised a really good point about his demeanor and his. If you heard his speech today, it was full of Texasisms, nuclear, and of a variety of resigned when he meant consigned. I mean, just little things that really irk a northeasterner, but don't necessarily for the rest of the country. So I think that would be a problem if he moved further.
Brett, I think what he's been doing the last 4 years was preparing for exactly what we saw today. Like, okay, there will be no oops moments. I will come across as the sharpest guy on the stage. And, you know, people said they reminded him of Reagan last time in terms of the way he carries himself and kind of the guy who's out at the ranch and, you know, big governor, big state.
Yeah, look,
right?
there's a folksiness, and that's appealing. But folksiness turns to foolishness pretty quickly with this guy, and I don't know where that line is going to be. I think people are willing to forgive. I think one thing Americans consistently say on both sides, we want to be able to forgive, but you got to forgive in order to get something fresh and new, and I don't see it.
Okay, so no shot for Rick Perry whatsoever, according to the Daily Wrap panel. It appears Jeb Bush will formally get into the race with an announcement, and while Bush wants to get in, that's June 16th, I believe, Republican rival Marco Rubio is making some inroads with big donors. The Washington Post now reporting longtime Bush fundraisers are very impressed with Rubio and his vision, with some saying the 44-year-old senator has a more compelling story and offers a sharper generational contrast with Hillary Clinton. It's all about the money. Are some of the Republican bigwigs hedging their bets, Rick Unger?
I'm sure they are. And Jeb Bush has not run a very good campaign the past few weeks.
No, he hasn't.
So I'm sure that there are people, certainly down in Florida, taking a look at the younger fellow. Look, Jeb Bush is going to be the nominee of the party. I mean, absent something dramatically happen. I know Noah doesn't agree.
I know you like to gamble
But
on
he is.
set, but
He
I could
is.
I'd love to bet that with you
And
right now and save
he's
the
going to
tape,
be
please.
it, I'm afraid. But again today, could you talk to your friends in your party and tell them that we are tired of these big announcements about big announcements? Just
to announce.
make
that
the
happen.
darn announcement and be done with it, you know?
Is Rubio the front runner right now?
No, he's not. But there is no front runner right now. Yeah, I would say he has as much of a chance of being the nominee as does Jeb Bush, as does Scott Walker. Probably those big three at this particular stage. It's a snapshot in time.
I think Rubio's next.
I
think
imagine
it'll
so.
be
I mean,
somebody
the
else.
Post
and
story that
Rubio's next.
you mentioned was really compelling in that the big donor class is hedging their bets. They're disappointed with Jeb. His donor network is a 50-year-old
Yes.
aging group, and
they have all the money.
Rubio's trying to go for this grassroots swell. So I think that might be actually pretty compelling.
Brad, last word?
Young, first-term senator, charismatic, smart. Does it remind you of anyone? I actually think there's a real shot the Republican Party is ready for its version of Barack Obama. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens, and we have 524 days to discuss. Outstanding. Coming up next, Hillary's questions clock keeps growing again, and Bernie Sanders wants more debates, if that's possible. Stay tuned.